Hey, my name is Mike, and in this video, I'm going to give you 10 tips on how to be a pro in World of Warcraft. By following all of these tips, you'll enter the upper echelon of players, whether it's your parses in PvE or your rank in PvP. Tip 1, probably the most important tip I can give you, ignore mechanics and pad those meters! Mechanics are for the other noobs in your group. If there's fire underneath you, that noob priest better be life gripping your top DPS out of it. If there's a frontal cone the group needs to stack for, that dumbass tank better not be turning that boss into you, risking your death. If your raid leader tells you to ignore the ads and focus the boss, you straight up ignore that idiot and spam every single AoE you have. You live your life inside a tunnel of DPS. You only have one purpose, and that sole purpose is to get orange parses, top meters, and link the shit out of them to establish dominance. Tip 2, when the boss you're soloing for your raid is almost dead, something like 5%, always make sure to say something like, okay guys, let's wipe it. It's hilarious because obviously the boss is gonna die, but part of being a pro is your personality. And calling a fake wipe like that shows that you're really funny and people can count on you for a good laugh. Because I'm such a comedic genius, let me give you this slam dunk of a home run tip 3. As soon as anything bad happens in the raid, like some noob dies to trash, or even something like someone being 10 seconds late coming back from break, always make sure to call out a 50 DKP minus. That emphasizes once again that not only are you the second coming of Richard Pryor, but you also have a degree in memology, and you will throw down your dankest meme if they ever try to step to you. You always want to establish that you are the top dog. But enough of these personality tips. I'm not here to be your life coach, I'm here to be your WoW coach. Tip 4. A guaranteed sign of noobage is the requirement of voice chat. You need to concentrate on padding those meters, and it's scientifically proven that voice chat is an auditory distraction to being a pro WoW player. I've linked the article in the description box. How are you expected to perform at 100% when you've got noobs calling stuff out in your ear like, oh, I need you to taunt, or oh, I'm about to die, please heal me? If your raid needs voice chat to clear anything, they obviously have never raided before and they have no idea what they're doing. Then consider this tip 4.5, but if it's the first week of a new raid and they require voice chat, you can bet your ass they have not researched any of the fights, so don't even bother wasting your time. Having just talked about noobs, let's move on to tip 5, and that's avoiding them as best as possible. You may not know this, but you're most likely to find yourself in the presence of some noob when you're out grinding your world quests. Stop just joining any random pug group for these world quests. Start thinking like a pro. You need to make your own group and disable auto invites and set an eye level requirement of 970 minimum. On top of that, you need to be checking their logs to see how many orange parses they have and which phase they can get to on Mythic Argus. You need to be checking the Raider IO score. If it's not 3.5k, what are they even doing in this game? Farming battle pets? You don't have time to waste carrying these people. They hardly crack 1 mil AoE DPS. And I guarantee you that half the people auto-invited are alt-tabbed anyway. Tip number 6 is for all you wannabe gladiators out there. If you want to be a rank 1 PvP god, you need to first learn to focus on killing the enemy. There's only one objective in any battleground, and that's slaughtering the opposition. As soon as you see even one enemy, you start showing them who's boss. I don't care if you're at a base, on the road, or camping the graveyard. Your goal is to kill as many of them as possible, and you cannot let them get away either. Don't be afraid to chase after them, even if it takes you halfway across the map. They must be expunged at all costs. Because at the end of the day, what sounds cooler? I just won a Warsong Gulch battleground. Or, I just topped the charts for HKs, killing blows, and damage done. I killed at least 100 of them. Yeah. Gladiators take pride in their kills, not the fact that they capped a flag in 90 seconds or less. Grow up. Another best practice is to always get on the same mount as someone else and get right next to them. That's tip number 7. This lets them know that 1, they're not as good as they think they are, and 2, that you're better than they are because you have their ugly ass mount. Remember, establish dominance. And if they have the gall to start a mount duel with you, show that noob what a pro mount collection looks like. But don't worry if you don't have a mount they do. You didn't lose, you just baited them into flexing their EP, which just highlights their insecurity. You don't have time to farm mounts, you're too busy farming orange parses. Next up is tip 8, and this one is seasonal so that you can cover all of your bases, even if you're an ultra casual trying to be a pro. When time walking rolls around, make sure to tell everyone how hard the content used to be back in the day. Talk about how long each raid took, how many wipes your guild had on the bosses, and how much harder it was compared to all the noob content nowadays. And if someone pipes up trying to share their experiences, make sure you put that noob in their place by one-upping them. Oh, your guild did Yogg with 2 keepers back in Wrath? Cool. Sit down, kid. You don't know what a real challenge even is. My guild, did 0 keepers pre-nerf in level 60 gear, and we were realm first, world third. Trust me, you don't have a modicum of an idea about how hard this used to be. And that's all I got for you, 10 tips on how to be a pro in WoW. And before I go, I just want to impart some wisdom on you. If you don't have a raid mentality in LFG, you don't have raid mentality anywhere. Alright, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, buy my merch.
Sacrifice 3 virgin pigs and smell the blood of the pictures of your enemies.
Peace out.